This is an explanation to describe what happened at Davidsfarm police bust. During this past summer, the Hater Club that's run by my ex-girlfriends found out there was a bylaw in my community, like in many communities, called the Tidy Lawn Act. And one of the stipulations in the bylaw is no unlicensed vehicles on a property. Well, this was their weapon against me. So this club of haters, none of whom which live anywhere near Lucan, Ontario, where my farm is, they all live hundreds or thousands of miles away, got together and continued to call the Lucan police, email them, the Lucan Township Office for Bylaw Enforcement, and continued to complain that I had too many unlicensed vehicles in my property and that they should be removed. Well, this hater club is jealous of the fact that I'm very successful on YouTube and getting paid well, so they wanted to see if they could get my income shut down. A lot of people have read the things that they posted and know that what I'm saying is 100% true. So since I'm not involved in any criminal activity, the police really couldn't get involved and had really nothing to do with this situation. But then they found a loophole. The police were very curious to come on my property. They do watch my videos and check it out. They're very, very curious, but they couldn't get a warrant. So the loophole is that the bylaw enforcement officer could say, whether it's true or not, that he may feel threatened by me coming onto my property and taking pictures of my cars. So even though I have no criminal history whatsoever of threatening anybody or any violent acts, it gave them the loophole that he could ask for as many cops as he wanted to assist him. So he brought out the whole Lucan police force, all of their vehicles, and all 8 officers that they had. Well, sure, there was usually a police officer around the bylaw officer while he was taking his photographs and checking out the farm, as you can see in the video I posted. But the other police officers in their various vehicles, minivans, unmarked cars, marked cars, drove all around my property, way away from the bylaw officer, and searched my property. They gave my property an illegal search without a warrant. I did ask them if they had warrants when they came on the property, and they said no, there's no criminal investigation of Davidsfarm. I asked them to leave, and they didn't. They said they were here to supervise the bylaw enforcement officer. Well, not very many of them were supervising the officer. Most of them were searching my property, various different locations. This is ridiculous. This is completely against the Canadian Charter of Rights to have unreasonable search and seizure. It was just an exercise of police power to try to scare me and gather evidence illegally. They even put a police blockade across the gate of my farm and questioned all the visitors that were on my property and got their identification and checked their vehicles too. This is absolutely ridiculous. Here's a guy who's making a legal living. He's quite public about it. That's me. No one's arguing how I make my living. I have my movie props at the farm, which are my cars, and I have to deal with this stuff. This is a conspiracy. It's malicious prosecution, and I'm glad I recorded it all and the news got involved, because this is going to look really good in our trial. I don't trust the police anymore, pull tactics like this. Thank you for listening.